Hey YouTube, and thank you for watching Junkworks Garage. Well, these videos are going to be videos that I am revamping from some of my older videos. A couple reasons for that. YouTube is not paying all that great right now, and I've been told I talk way too much and I get a lot of blah 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 comments. So therefore I'm kind of trying to cut some of this stuff out. So if you need any more information on what you're about to see and you feel like something got missed, please go find the longer version of these videos. Thanks for watching. First things first, I already took and unhooked the battery. First, I'm going to pull the air filter out. Just a couple clips here. I believe that just pops up and kind of pulls forward. And then you can get the air filter out. Here, get yourself a flat blade standard screwdriver. Loosen that hose clamp up. And twist this thing out of there. And just take that, put it under there, and pry up on it. There we go. There's another one over here. Take that. Just pry up on it. And that should bring this whole box out. Take this fan cover shroud off here. On mine, it looks like there's a couple bolts down here. I haven't figured out the sizes yet, and I'm thinking there's a couple over here on the driver's side, but I'm not sure. I haven't quite dug into that. But when I went to start looking at pulling this shroud off, there are 3 bolts that are supposed to be holding this to the core support here that are missing. So this shroud is just kind of flopping around in the wind here, literally. And there's 2. There's one towards the front here, which you can get these long sockets. I don't care where you get them from. They're long extensions. Grab them. They make life so much easier. But if you don't have one, you can get it. Loosen up a little bit here. Not taking all the way out yet. Shroud. One of them straight down. If you go in front of the brake booster area here, and also the radiator hose kind of goes around. It's in front of the radiator hose in this corner here. The other one, if you go behind the radiator hose, it's back here, right on the corner of your brake booster here, straight down. My ratchet here. And I believe that's an 8mm. This is an 8mm. I cannot find my 8mm, so I got a 5/16. It's not that hard to get off, so it'll work even though it's a little big. And I'm just going to loosen that up and pull it off of there. And before you start ripping things apart here, you definitely have to unplug a couple wires here. Real simple. Just pull these tabs up. It's in your way. I believe I have everything out of the way of getting this where I need it for the most part. I guess I could do that, but we'll see if it gets in my way. If it does, I'll baling wire it. But I think I got all the nuts, bolts, screws, whatever is holding this on. But honestly, there was only 4 of them in this all together. Pay attention to under, over, and around. Make sure you're not breaking things or pulling on things you shouldn't. Make sure there's no wires hooked to anything. And the best way seems to be just kind of bending this up, pulling it out here. And then it's kind of stuck down here on some stuff. There we go. Down behind the fan here, right below the alternator, is this tensioner pulley. Basically, well, that's exactly what it is. And if you can see, there's like a little square hole right there as I flip you off. Now they make a special tool to pry on that, but what I got is a flexible head ratchet. Although you could put a regular ratchet on there and put a little extension on it, whatever you need. this is the size of that hole. Further ado, let's get this down in here. Hopefully all my parts and pieces are not in the way. And push forward on it. And right now, I am just trying to get the alternator belt off of here. And do not get your fingers in between these pulleys and the belt, or you will regret it when this thing either falls back or pops off here. So, in the interest, I'm going to change this since it's impeding my view of the water pump. I'm going to take this and take it out. It's 13 millimeter. So lower radiator hose on, the alternator on, the water pump on. Now if I was to... Next thing is that pulley there. Idler pulleys here, and this is the new one. And when I pulled it out of the box here, it doesn't have the bolt that goes with it or this spacer on it. Everything else looks the same. So, and it didn't come with neither the spacer nor another one of these, because once you press this out, you don't really want to be reusing these. I don't know what are they called, push nuts. They're push nuts. So you're gonna have to buy a package of these push nuts if you're doing the same thing. They were a couple bucks, not that expensive, and you should be able to reuse the spacer here. So I'm gonna go ahead and press this out. I doubt it needs a 12-ton press to press it out. You could probably do it with a hammer and some cuss words, but I got the press, so this will be a little more gentle. Now you could take this, take a hammer, kind of smash it down, mess with it, screw around with it, and try and reuse it. I am telling you now, do not do that. Not with something like this. Now I've done it, I've seen it done, where people try and reuse these on things like wheels on your barbecue or something like that. That's no big deal. This thing, if it fails, you're going to lose a good chance you'll lose your pulley, or something could happen. You never know. Just don't. It's a couple bucks for a set of these. It'll have the right one in there. Now, here's my old one. Gotta take the spacer and put it on there. Make sure your parts are the same. These are very close to the same, although this one looks much chintzier than this one, but this is what they give you. Put that on there like that. You got your push nut. Stick that on there, and the easiest way to do that is get a socket that fits around there real well and push it on. In fact, I'm going to use a hammer because this one's definitely more difficult. And be careful though, you don't want to bust it. They do give you two in the kit that I got. Let's grab the first one. Ready to go, and you got something to throw in your scrap pile. Thanks for watching Junkworks Garage, where I'm proud to say I'm a jack of all and master of none. You all have a good one.